Okay, hi. It's been like 5 years, but I have a new computer and I thought I would try to go back to YouTube. It's been a really long time and I'm not really sure what to say here, but I'm gonna get into what I've been doing for the last like 4 or 5 years. As for games, I got really into Fire Emblem Heroes. I got really into Fire Emblem and Nintendo just in general. Also, Animal Crossing, not so much. I don't know how to record from my Switch yet. I'll find out because that'll be fun to do. Because I like to play Among Us now. I like to do a lot of other stuff. What else is going on with me? I moved. I moved. Part of the reason why I've been like so not doing YouTube or stuff is because I moved. I got a grown up job. That was something that was exciting. Um, I pay bills and do stuff like that, but I haven't really been doing content. I mean, I was making I was like writing poetry. I was doing a lot of other stuff, but like I wasn't really making any content, and I feel like I miss it. I genuinely miss it. So we're gonna get into what I've been doing. So I've been playing Fire Emblem since around year two. So I've been a while. I was not necessarily a whale, but I have spent money. I used to budget some of my adult job money to for orbs, and I have Fay Pass and things like that. Here are my units. There's a lot of them. So there's a lot of different teams here, and we're gonna go through like my teams, just how I feel about it. So this is like my defensive team. They probably don't do as well as I think they do, but they are my four like most in like they're probably my they were like my most used units for a really long time. This is my heart and soul. I love her so much. She does need some updating because I do think that Fury 3 is not super that Fury 3 is a little bit like not super clutch anymore, especially because she's not running Desperation anymore. But and also Auto Attack Wave has kind of fallen off in recent years, but we love her. She still works. There's only like we love her, and honestly, I really want her to get a Resplendent at some point soon, just because I really like her. And they make even though like her art isn't bad, I'm not like I get why people like poke fun at it a little bit because her eyes are very like there's a reason why her eyes look like that, but like I get why that's an issue. I really want her to get a Resplendent, and as much as I would love, as much as like I think like they would probably give her Embla, I really think she should be Hell because like she did die. Like she does have like she has like one of the worst, probably the worst death in the game, and I love her so much, and we just want nothing but her happiness. Next is Roy. I've run this Roy build for a very long time. It used to be Steady Breath. Um, it used to be a few things, but like this is the thing that I run on him right now. I think this works for him really well, especially because people don't expect. I don't think steady breath on Roy anymore. I know that used to be the thing. I know like back in the day when I put steady breath on this Roy, everybody thought I was crazy. It was like, why did you do that? Distant counters right there. But it was like he doesn't necessarily need it. I will say I have a very invested Roy. I have done a lot to him, and I'm sure nowadays it's not great to fodder your brave likes. But I actually have a stockpile of brave ikes specifically for fodder, for steady breath ether fodder. So that's where that is. We love Roy. I am trying to main him in Smash. I am not very good at maining Roy in Smash, but I will be because I love him. Next is this is Tethys. I actually put this on Reddit back in a few months ago because there was a whole thing where everybody was just showing up their putting their units up that were stacking res, and as you can see, she really stacks the res. She's wonderful. Um, it was kind of it wasn't necessarily difficult to get her res stacked up this high, and the whole point was just the fortress skills, Tamari, like everything was just. I'm sure if I swapped out the summoner support on Roy, for example, who might not necessarily need it, and give it to Tethys, life would be a lot easier. I'm sure she'd push something like 56, 57 res. And this is just what she has normally. If she's paired up with like an heir or something, who, like, if we swapped everybody out and put them all on light and then had air in there, she'd have crazy res. So I don't even know. Like, she's great though. We love her. Next is Legion. Okay, so I actually, because I have a plus 10 Setsuna that we're gonna get to at some point, but I actually abandoned her for a good little bit, like because their refines all came out at the same time. Where Legion's refine was so good, and this team was really missing a green unit. I was like, all right, screw it. Let's just build Legion. Let's do what we're gonna do. I admit this is probably not the best thing. This is not the best build for him, but you know, he works. He does what he does. We like him. Next is I love this team a lot. I don't have a lot of chances to use them anymore, but Edelgard. So the thing about my Edelgards is all of my Edelgards, I'm very, very lucky. All of my Edelgards, when I've pulled them, they were plus attack. We need to knock on wood just to make sure that remains that way. I love this Edelgard in particular, just because she's so unique, and I don't normally run Gale Forcers like that. And this is the first time I'm like, Gale Force. Like, Gale Force is so fun. Especially because she can run it like 3 times. It's great. We love Edelgard, and her pair up unit is Celica. Queen is legendary Celica. I don't merge my legendary units. I would like to give her something else. I would like to give her someone new, maybe Fallen Edelgard. I do have Fallen Edelgard. Fallen Edelgard is plus attack minus speed. We're going to get to her later. All right. Next is Eldigan. Eldigan is the current merge project. I've actually been like stockpiling Eldigan copies, and yesterday I just threw all these Eldigan copies onto him. He's great. I actually had to hunt for that extra airness for him. He's great. He's just, if you don't have, like, I built him partially because I love him, but then I didn't realize just how destructive he is on like just a general basis. He's just destructive. I love Eldian, I really do. Next is Sophia. Sophia I started when her Resplendent came out, because I was never going to build her with that like precious moments thing that she had going on. The concept behind her was basically just, can I build a red tail to you? And the answer is no. There's not really anyone quite like tail to you, but she could serve a similar purpose, and her job isn't to loop AoEs. Her job is to loop her self healing. And, you know, she's good. She does her job. She's very no fuss. And these two are together, and these two are together. Next is Mercedes. I have been toying with the idea, because I'm on the Game Press Discord. So I have been toying with the idea of building a Times Pulse healer ever since I saw a Times Pulse healer in there. And I was like, oh my god, I really, really want one. And now that like I've got her, it's so worth it. Build a Times Pulse healer. It is so worth it. It is so good. She just, I don't think I would ever need to build another healer again. I would like to build another healer. I know, like, I want to build Reinhardt. Sakura might be fun. I don't know about Sakura though. Maybe Brave Veronica if I was lucky enough to get enough copies, and and if she didn't have Wrathful Staff, I would definitely build her. She's great. I can't think of another healer I'm like super jazzed about building other than Reinhardt. And if I was gonna do Reinhardt, it would be like an odd recovery kind of thing, and I don't have enough odd recovery for that. So we'll see. Next is, okay, these guys are not really a thing anymore. They were like, I was building like armored dragons for a point. I was using quite a lot because I got him on like a legendary banner, or I got him way back in the day, and he basically sort of helped me like elevate a little bit more as a player back in like year 2, year 3. And I like I really really like Brave Bow Bolt Fighter units. We will get to my Brave Bow Bolt Fighter unit at this point, like later on. But we like Jacob. We like Halloween Jacob. He's really underrated. All right, so this is like when we start getting into like the lesser built people. There's a lot of other plus 10s down there, as you can see, but my third summoner support. So my thing is, I love Takumi. I'm a real sucker for the second born sons of both sides of the fates, of both sides of fates. But like, people understand that Leo is great, like as a character, but like people don't. But like Takumi, I guess, is like more controversial, and I really love him. New Year's Takumi just speaks to me the most. Like he has that dichotomy of like sarcasm and like sarcasm, but also sweetness. Like he's a little bit of both. Like the summer Takumi is really really sweet, and then fallen Takumi and normal fallen Takumi is like, bro, like turn down your edge just a little bit. And then normal Takumi, honestly, he's just so hard to find. Like there's no reason for him to be that hard to find. It's just it. Jesus, he's so hard to find. New Year's Takumi is just every year around New Year's, I put every single orb I can into getting more copies of him. I have, as you can see, not been successful. I don't have any other year 1 units. I don't care about most of the New Year's units. Like I nearly bypassed on Dua Alphonse just because I was like, that those are orbs that could be going to New Year's Takumi. And then, Micaiah. This Micaiah is just sort of running what she normally runs, but I like her because when she came in at plus attack, and we like when they come in at plus attack. Lucina. So Lucina, I didn't actually really care for her. My point, like I didn't necessarily, like Lucina's okay, like, but I was holding on to a bunch of copies of her before the book system and the compiling system came out, because I was hoping that if they ever got trading into the game, one of my best friends, he was like very casually playing, and he was just collecting Lucinas, and like he would get things like Night Crom, and he'd be like, oh, I don't care, it's not Lucina. And I would just be like, oh my god, like that's Night Crom, please stop. Meanwhile, Night Crom is like, you never see him anymore. But I had like 4 copies of her, and none of them were good. As you can see, it's plus HP. And I just went, you know what? They're never going to do it. They have the compiling system. My friend doesn't play anymore. He even got Legendary Lucina on his own. Let me just merge her. And she is partnered up with Takumi. She's really really good, and with Takumi and Lucina, they can sort of stack their defenses a little bit higher, because Takumi's defense, even though like I have him built, like you see, that's the plus defense Kagami Mochi, and that was because my first Takumi was a plus defense one, and I never really like updated that, but I actually kind of like it for him because he does need, like, he's super frail, guys, and the link skills actually help like bring that up a little bit. And then, Edelgard, as you can see, plus attack. Again, we love Edelgard. The thing about, for me, with Edelgard is when I was gonna play 3 houses, I went, hey, I'm gonna go with Claude. I want to go with the Golden Deer because my boyfriend was gonna be Golden Deer, and I didn't necessarily feel like that about the Blue Lions. Like they were cool, but I didn't really care. And then Edelgard comes to me, plus attack, minus HP. And I was like, you know what? I gotta do it. This is the game telling me. This is Fire Emblem, like the Fire Emblem gods telling me, just go for the Black Eagles. Have fun. I was not disappointed. I love the Black Eagles. And then I jumped on Blue Lions after that. And I love the Blue Lions. I would die for them. They're amazing. And I still haven't played the Golden Deer yet. And I'm really hoping that Claude gets a good, like, 4th alt, because I don't want him to end up like Dimitri, where, like, I love Dimitri, and I love Dimitri units. Dimitri's also come to me plus attack. I don't want him to end up like Dimitri where they're all lances. At least Edelgard has the beast unit. She has like this one's infantry, the other ones are armored, that kind of thing. That there's a little bit of variance there. And then Claude, there's like the horsey, and then there's the two flying guys, and then Dimitri is just we have one horse, we have one cavalry unit, and then all of them are infantry. He's gonna be an infantry lance forever. It's very upsetting, and it's weird because there weren't really a lot of lance units in the game before, but now like not that there are a lot of lance units, a lot of infantry lance units, and now we have like so many infantry lance units. Okay, so this was my first team. This is like my first major team. I love these units. I still use Fjorm. I would love to have a use for Halloween Henry again. Performing Arts Olivia was my only dancer, straight up my only dancer for like a full year. Like I got her like on that legendary banner that she ran on, and then I didn't get another dancer until Flying Olivia came out, like months and months later. I do like this team. It's just they're, you know, not super meta relevant anymore. This is my training team. As you can see, Fallen Edelgard is there. She should, like, that's just a thing. That was just my team where I run all the dancers. So this team is the almost +10 team because I'm never going to end up building her to +10. She's her normal unit. It's just Azura. She's run with Bowie. Bowie was actually my first, this Bowie, like this plus attack Bowie, like the Bowie that I used and then built all on top of, was actually the very first unit that I summoned in the game. I was looking for a plus attack unit, and then I happened to one day sort it by obtained, and I was like, whoa, this Bowie was really the first. I think I have to build this. So this is literally my first Bowie, my first summon in the whole game. Very no muss, no fuss here. It is what it is. He runs like, it is what it is. He's fine. He's good. He's great. We love him. Setsuna. I told you about Setsuna. Setsuna actually had to wait a good little bit for that refine because Legion came out and Legions was so good it had to be done. At some point I would like to swap out some things here. We have like LND3. I know I have LND4 somewhere. I can give that to her. Odd Speed Wave could probably be good with like, I'd love to imagine like a menace on her. Oh my god. I'm already thinking. There's so many things I can do with her. Sheeta, again, like, that's the thing about my units. Like, I'll end up building them to +10, and then I don't end up updating their skill sets as we go on, which isn't great of me, but we like her. She does what she does. We like Sheeta. I think at some point I gotta build another Pegasus Knight because I have Sheeta, there's Shigure, Eldigan's getting built. I would love another like Pegasus someone at some point. Okay, more teams we don't really use anymore. This one was basically just that same team with legendary Tiki. It was Halloween Myrrh, legendary Tiki, male Grima, and then either Halloween Jacob, and then this one had Fallen Tiki. Fallen Tiki has other uses now. So this is my Calvary, my Cav team. This is my only Cav team. I need more Cavs. I don't build Cavs except for him. So Leo is my boy. He's my heart. I love him. He's great. I actually ended up paying for the because, you know, at some point I was buying orbs. I ended up paying for the one with the Formasol because I wanted to get a Ninian with distant defense 4 that I could fodder onto Picnic Leo. But that didn't work because that's not how Formasouls work, and I was very upset. But I have a Ninian. I got to figure out what to do with her. But this Leo, people sleep on Picnic Leo. People sleep on Leo just in general. He takes work. He takes support, but he is great. And also the reason why I like this Leo, and I haven't seen another Leo like this, is he's not necessarily built for damage. Like, he can damage, he can do that, but his job is basically just stay alive and debuff the crap out of people. That's just his job. He just makes little tiny tanks out of everyone. He's great. And I would like him to be in the meta a little bit more. I know there's a fallen version of him. I would love to see a fallen version of him. I love Leo. At some point I think I need to move summoner support onto him, but you only get 3 when you pay for it, so it is what it is. Hrid, just, Hrid, he's fine. He runs with Leo. I know. Maybe I can swap him out because Sigurd is wind. I might be able to swap him out for that. That'd be good. Reinhardt. I haven't built this Reinhardt all the way up. I've had many opportunities to. The problem is that I'm a little bit worried that he won't work for like free to play tutorials anymore. But I honestly, at some point, I don't think that it matters. I think Reinhardt's always going to stay relevant. He's always going to stay good. We all know about Reinhardt. And then, Brave Veronica. I swapped this out for Grani Shield because I was trying to do something different, and I don't know why I did it, but I'm not mad at it. She still works, and at least now, like, Ashita can't come up to her and, like, necessarily kill her right away. She might get killed just because of her, like, defenses and whatnot, but at least she's not taking extra damage. This was when I was, like, obsessed with getting all the Takomis, and I have good Takomis. I have a plus attack here, plus attack there. This one's minus speed. This one was minus speed, but then he got merged. Fallen Takomi, I would like to build him, but honestly, he just makes me sad. I love his art. I love the Takomi art is generally very good. Now, next, moving on, this is just a situational team. He is a dream. At some point, I would love to build him because I got like 2 copies of him from the 4-star special thing, and I love him. He's great. All right, next thing, my flying team. This is the team that runs in Ether Raids with Altina every so often, even though like they're starting to get pushed out. This is Shigure. This was my 3rd plus 10. He's gonna run with Altina. He is what he is. His job is basically just hit people and be like a shuttle for everybody else and be able to hop around the map, and he gets to hop around everyone gets to hop around him. And then we have Leanne. Leanne basically runs like Shigure. She runs with Myr. There's just not much to say about her. She's great. We all know Leanne. And then Camilla, at some point I need to figure out what I'm going to do with her because I don't think I'm using her to her greatest potential. But, she still does what she's going to do. She's great. We like her. Myr, I would love to plus 10 her because when I've been getting those 4-star support, those 4-star things, those 4-star summoning rates, I've been picking her up. That's good. I would like to finish her at some point. All right, so this is, well, not her, but we don't need this team anymore. This is the Asker team. Anna's in here too, but like Anna makes me sad because she was the first Asker trio person I built, and it didn't matter because she's just a mess sometimes, and I need to figure out how to properly support her because I really like her. But this is Sharina. Sharina's basically run just like all the others. I need to give her seal back. I'm pretty sure you know what seal it is. It's going to be attack speed bond. You know what? We're just going to give it to her right now. We're gonna give that to her right now. Attack speed bond. Air was borrowing it for a thing. Brave Micaiah. At some point I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with her. Well, actually no, I don't need to figure out what I'm gonna do with her. She is who she is. And then Alphonse runs the standard brazen thing. Loki runs her standard thing, but she's good. This team is good just because at least in Arena, I can run this team twice a month. All right, so these guys, this is my Anna for right now. We're not going to get into the other guys because they're going to be there. We're going to get to them soon. But the thing about Anna is we all know the thing about Anna. She's just a weird unit. And I like that she's weird, but I also just want to be able to use her. I like her. Like, she was one of the that team that I was showing, like that old team was actually a Anna was on it, and she's not now. All right, so this is the Darkness. This is the darkness because this is my dark team. Well, this was my dark team, but then these guys over here, they moved on to Astra because of ether raids, and they're still here. I gotta figure out who's gonna round up this team. Bramimond, just Bramimond. He's fine. Erica. What? Well, let me go back to Bramimond. Bramimond is just I got lucky with this. He just runs the same stuff. Close defense is just so he won't get whacked in the face. But he's partnered up with Erica, and Erica. I know she's not ideal, but I don't have no follow-up like that, and I would love no follow-up because some people need no follow-up. But I really like her, and I also just really love her art. I know her art kind of gets a little bit like shat on a little bit, but out of all of like the fairy guys, hers is my favorite. I love her art. Her art is great. That's actually why I built her. Plus, my boyfriend has a +10 Seth. I actually kind of ship them a little bit. They're really cute. And then next is my first non-Grail seasonal +10 unit. This happened. I want to say this happened around the double, like that double banner, the double banner that she was on. That's when I finished her. There's not much to say about her build, but this was just like a thing. I'm very, very proud. She's very great. And then Dimitri is great. We love Dimitri. I will say, there's a YouTuber that does, I think his name is Kuma Theta. Kuma Theta makes these, really, like, straightforward, like, strategies to get through things. And the thing about Brave Dimitri is that every time he shows up on one of those, my Dimitri is never quite right to do that strategy because either his HP is too low or his attack is too high or something like that. So I will say, as like an advice thing, keep your, like, if you're going to be doing a lot of like free to play tutorials, keep your brave units neutral. Keep them neutral, keep them unmerged. They will work just fine with all that. Dimitri hasn't really needed very much support. But, well, he just sort of needs support in the, like, staying a lot, like the team support, but, like, he doesn't necessarily need the merges to make kills. Next is, okay, so this team right now is my favorite, because this team, I call them the No Church in the Wild team, because we have 2, like, mythics with 2 atheists, and I don't know why I thought that was funny. I don't know if Felix is an atheist, but what I do know is that I love him. I have loved Felix since the moment I recruited him in 3 houses when I was on my Black Eagles route. There's a lot I could say about Felix. I can go on. I really want DB. He's gonna get DB4. This is what back before I was talking about Brave units, not Brave units, Brave Bow units, and as soon as I saw Felix, I was like, okay, I can finally have a fully invested Brave Bow unit. And I know, like, with him, people want to build Spendthrift, and I, unfortunately, have never even seen a Midori in the wild. It's just never happened. And, oh, he's talking. He's talking at the moment. But, I know, the even attack wave is a holdover from where I got the Bold Fighter, which was a Halloween Kagero. I was, like, stockpiling Halloween Kageros, because in my mind, I was going to build a bunch of armored Bold Fighter units, and then I didn't do that because that's insane. And Regan is partnering up with Felix, but she runs what she's supposed to run. She runs her build. Ashura. I wasn't actually trying to go for Ashura this last banner. I wanted to dues for near save so I could give it to who did I want to give it to? I wanted to give it to a +10 project. I wanted to get something like a Unity skill and I was out here like dreaming, but Ashura showed up. I think I had a legendary Claude showed up. Legendary Elliewood showed up. I had not seen most of these people, but I really like her. She's like, I like her energy. I feel like Ashura, she's gonna be that person who will tell you, like, you're making dumb decisions, go to therapy. I love her. I love her energy. I feel like I haven't played the game that she's in, but from what I've seen of her in Heroes, I like her. And then the myth, the man, the woman, the legend, we love her. I love her personally. She's currently running Mystic Boost because I thought that would be interesting on top of her healing abilities, and also she could disable those skills, like the skills that. But then again, I know Mystic Boost isn't necessarily going to matter for her because her defenses are already so sky high. But I'm really looking forward to getting her done. She's partnered up with Azura. And this basically is called like No Church in the Wild just because of the Jay-Z song, like what's a king to a god, what's a god to a non-believer. And it's dumb, but it just is what it is. I have weird names for all these teams, and one day I can get into it, but this one was the one I was really like happy about. And then next we have, here's my Fallen Tiki. Fallen Tiki, I'll end up like she ends up I want a team for her, but my problem is that she always ends up getting swapped out for something. Like, she just got swapped out for Fallen Edelgard just before. So, she's cool, but then, then Felix, my boy. And then Brave Edelgard. Brave Edelgard, not much to say about her. She's great. And then here's the team I'm running with now. There's a team I'm, like, trying to get stuff for now. Well, no, this is actually my story mode team. I lied to you. This is my story mode team for the moment. And their job is just to get me orbs, basically. So that's the thing. I'm gonna get in here with oh, this video is so long. I'm gonna get in here just so I can show you my Ether Raid teams for now. So we got this. Then we got this. I would like a light I need one of those, like, one of the light ones. And then another light one. And then another light one. And then this is the team. This is the Asher team. When I'm ready for it, I'm gonna be ready for it. And I think, like, there would need to be a bonus unit, but honestly, with all this stuff, I don't necessarily know if that's gonna be important. But we just those are my invested units in Fae. Let me check just to see if I didn't miss anyone. All right, here's Innes. Innes I tend to get copies of Innes when I'm going for copies of New Year's Takomi. So I don't like him. I don't like adult Innes just because he could have been a New Year Takomi and he just wasn't. But he's Innes. He's wonderful. Like, he's fine. And then Zane, at some point I was gonna build him to +10, but then I like chickened out. So I have like 3 more copies of him just sitting around, so I could +7 him. But I can't bring myself to do it unless like Sea Dual Infantry 4 comes out or something. If Sea Dual Infantry 4 comes out, then we're gonna pop off. We're gonna do some stuff. What else? Oh, this is my Leo. He was actually, I think, my first off. No, that's a lie. But like he was my first off banner focus. But I got him and a copy of Abel on a banner. That was the first time I got 2 at once, and I was like, oh my god, Leo, he came home for me, yay! And he runs what he runs, and this is gonna be the next project just because he has Deadeye. What are we gonna do about? Of course we're gonna run him. He's great. And then what else do we need? What else are we getting? Okay. And then Ishtar. I have a few copies of her. I was holding on to her for Swift Sparrow and Auto Attack Wave. But now that I think about it, like, you can get Swift Sparrow and Auto Attack Wave from a lot of places now. So at some point I would like to merge her and figure out a place for her, just because I remember when she came out, I was so like, I want Auto Attack Wave for Tail TU. Like, I wanted like all these things. And it was just, ugh. So the next projects are Young Innes and Nino. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with her. My plan, I think, is going to be like L&D and like ruses, kind of like Leo, kind of like Picnic Leo, but I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm up to. This video is long as hell, but this is actually really fun to make. And oh, last but not least, it's me. This is what I'm running right now, and you know, I think I'm okay. Like, I think I'm a pretty powerful unit. Harsh command's a little weird, but I'm a little weird, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's my team. That's those are my Fey barracks. I'm kind of excited to be back doing content again. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. I it's been years and I missed YouTube. I missed like making content, and I'm I hope people will still watch. I hope people are like still here. I don't know how many people were like out here watching and like really getting invested in my content anyway, but if you were, I appreciate you, and I'm back now. This is the Elvish Killjoy, Christine, signing off. Have a great day, guys.